Label. Stream. All right. Work. A lot of work. A lot of work to do. We gotta start some avatars today. Oops. I want that. Okay, what can Copilot do? Hello, Neku. Welcome. And hello, Lord Pepsi. Interesting. What can Copilot do? How many shortcuts are on desktop? Okay, useless. Got a lot of flying to do today. Hey, wow. Friend? Well, I wish you well with the flying. It's certainly going to be intense. Personally, I'm a little thankful. I'm missing some family this Christmas season, but I'm a little thankful I'm not flying this season because I've flown for the past 4 holiday seasons, and it's a little exhausting. A friend of mine has been following the creation of V and is becoming interested in possibly commission you for his own VTuber avatar, but his character has dreadlocks. Have you done those before? I have, but I'd be quite comfortable doing them again. They're pretty much the same process, the same exact process. The way I make them would be basically the same. But I did make a character. Well, let's see if I can remember where it was. I did make one with dreads a while back. We didn't do that one. I can find us if they want to reach out to me directly, or I can send some screenshots for you, but it would take me just a little bit to hunt it down. But I did make a character with dreadlocks in the past. But again, it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I made some a little while ago, and it was very fun. All right, we're gonna start today. We might as well work on Neku. Well, how do I want to organize today? Yeah, let's get Neku moving since you're here right now, and then this afternoon we'll switch over to some other characters. Let me message some people. Hello, Yoshi. Guys, say something to make Avis teach you how to cook meth. Kidding, I don't cook, I sell. So you say. Also, I realized I was admiring the latest work that while white tips of his ears are dark gray. Oh, gotcha. Um, and here we go. Hello. I gotta say, I'd be a little surprised if someone's a dealer and they go about bragging on it on some random Twitch channel. Hello, Symphony. Went a little crazy this weekend and did like 6 commissions. Dang, you are in my avatar from you. In my avatar from you made Sam. Well, hey, that's awesome. That's super good. And hello, No Cream. A lot of people coming by today. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Where's my form? Where's my forms? Yeah, shout out to everyone. Hope you all have an amazing day. This is the avatar we're working on Sunday. We'll come back to this avatar next Sunday. Gonna have a lot of customization. That's why it's all these random parts. Bam. All right. All right, Fat Yoshi. You need to chill out. I'm not interested in you talking about drugs on my channel. It is a fun day. Oh, hello, Reyes. Good morning, good morning. Only a cool. Okay, so we're gonna jump over to Neku. So the morning session we'll do probably 2 hours. That'll put us at 11:40. So we'll just say this morning on Neku, and then in the afternoon we'll be working on quite a few other projects. Okay. So We just want to finish everything on the body. We're pretty close to done. Let's adjust our shading here so we're using the actual textures in the Unity project. So we go here, and we're going to show and explore so we can copy this path. Go back to Blender, open up here, right here, albedo and normal. Just albedo actually for right now. Get some time to load. And I don't know why that took so long to load. All right. Now we can see what's going on here. All right, but the decal. Tricky. That's probably why it's not working, because these objects don't have a second UV map. Only this one does. Okay, but then I still would like to be able to preview it. So we're going to duplicate this. We're going to open up the decal mask. We're going to separate out the channels. Separate the colors. Right. And got the body, substance, painter, body. We'll put that right here. And then I'm gonna open up my form. Anyways, how's your weekend been? I'll tell a non-hood story now. My weekend's been pretty good. We worked on a dragon. I did work. Did a whole day of work yesterday, so it's gonna be a 6-day work week for me. That seems to be what I'm usually doing now, 6 days of work. So, gonna be another busy one this week as well. So I got a lot to do. I'm a workaholic, you can tell. But how about you? How was your weekend? Hope everyone had a good one out there. Okay, so here's the decals. And we'll need one more for our actual decals, the body transparency, and we'll use the second UV map on this one. Okay. So we'd like to mix these colors together by first taking, that one would be for the eyes, so it'd be this one. Yeah. Should see it. Yeah, we can see how we're changing that color there. So we want to feed this into there. That's a little confusing because of the alpha. So we would need to mix the color again of this alpha here and this channel Do like a multiply? Oh, that worked. Okay, there we go. So now we can see both of them. Went to sleep at 4 a.m. yesterday. Discourse with friends and realized that an English exam in the morning. Oh, nice. Somehow I got a 96. Well, that's good. I've never been able to stay up past do an all-nighter. It's just not possible for me. All-nighters are impossible. Getting some stuff on the eyes there. Looks like that is showing up here too, actually. Hello, Coney. Welcome. Looking awesome, that model. Love how it takes shape more and more. We're very pleased with how it's going. It's almost there. Almost there. I think we'll be completely done with the body today. And that'll include rigging and expressions and stuff. So it's going super well. All right. But what we need to do now is get these tufts. In here. And I need to give them a second UV map. I can copy the UV maps. I actually need to transfer mesh data. All layers. There we go. All right. So now the fur is actually picking up on the color of the decals. Otherwise, it would not have been able to do that. I had a bunch of fluff to my tiger the other day. It was funny because she is bull, but added like a neck mane. It's a lot of work when in 2D. When the 2D, it's like 4 lines long. Hair is pretty consistently one of the harder things to create. Very cool. We go over to layout. Now let's take a little closer look at the ref images and just double check on how it's coming together. So chest is good, hair is pretty good. We're saying that there's something different about the ear. Gotcha, it's gray here. That might be curvature map. Close in all this. Okay, so that is the base color, but I think the shading we added with the curve, yeah, okay. So that's just darkening it too much. There. We'll just add a paint layer. Pop it out, or yeah. Set this to multiply. What would it be? Multiply should be right. Yeah. There we go. So that matches the body color, but you're saying that they should be just white? Oh yeah, they actually are just white. Okay. And then I guess we'll paint it down here. Here. Dip white. Okay. Lighting will still affect it, but you know, that's how it goes. That's, if an indirect, you know, if the light's shining directly on it, but if it's in shadow, so. But better. Sorry. My faucet's serving. Yeah, good. Been up since 1 a.m. Why up so late? That's just too late. Yeah, I'm unable to stay up that late now. It's actually just not possible for me. Moving this week? That's right. Again, wishing you well with the move. Definitely understand why that's stressful. All right, we're gonna edit the ear so that we can cut out the portion that is giving this dark strand. So what we'll do is we will create an alternate ear. I'll create this ear new. Call this ear UV transfer. So Alt D, move the ear to ear transfer. Went to be around 10:30 p.m. Woke up around 1 a.m. What we're gonna do is create another modifier, a mask modifier, and then we'll make a vertex group called mask ear cutout, and we're going to assign this one and this one to it. go to our cutout. Well, actually, I do have... No, the piercing's not included, so... Yeah. Mask. Boom. And then we invert it. It's smooth. That way we can kind of be a little more specific. Okay, perfect. So we do this cutout. Then we can hide it. Move it up here. And in our tufts, for the ear, we're going to change our data transfer to target that object instead of the normal ear. And I believe that will prevent them from picking up that dark spot. Nope. On ear transfer. How about if I go back to ear transfer? We just continue to adjust that mask. Okay, so it is affecting it, but we're still getting it. Does that mean there's somewhere else that's completely dark? I only see that spot there. We are cutting out both sides. Zero's fine. Okay, that didn't work. Then let's not do the UVs at all. Oh. Or sorry, only do the normals. What the heck? Oh, right, that's frustrating. For it to work only a little bit. Something's not quite right. Ear transfer. Taking the UVs too. We still get this dark spot. But only over here. Oh, okay. I see. It's because it's split. We look at the UV map. It's because it's this split structure. There's actually not a single dark spot except for right here. And what's happening is that the tufts are sampling here and then sampling here and getting stretched in between. So they're picking up this little spot. Gotcha. Okay. So what we'll want to do instead of transferring the UVs is working for some. Just to confirm, if I mesh this. What? So in love with the fluff on the ears, good. Alright, that's coming out well. As long as I just lower it a little bit, it seems to be just fine. It's a little hidden because the hair covers up quite a bit of it. So I think we'll delete some if they're just going to be covered up. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Yes. They're on both sides, so... No, it's covered up on that side too. A little bit right there. Just a little bit of fuzz. Still frustrating it gets so... I just got it. Well, here's what I'll do. I will duplicate the data transfer. Set it so it's only the UVs. Apply it. And then turn off the UVs. Wait. Okay. Much better. Nice little bit of fluff right at the base of the ear. I think we just fill up these little gaps as it gets closer. It'll be looking pretty good. You'll really see it from that angle that much, but go. Ooh. Some of these just a little rounder, a little softer. Should be some on the elbow too. Really like this method for fluff. Really does make it quite simple. A lot of the times I try to tackle the body and the fluff at the same time, but just kind of just harder. This gives a little bit better results, or faster results. I don't have to worry about trying to bake the fur. Get just a little bit of white on the tip. Cool. We do have a little bit of fluff on the knee. Not quite pleased with how it looks at the moment, so there. I'm gonna delete some of these. A little bit of bevel. Loading. A little too low. So close. This is a tough spot. Very tough spot. Just kind of a little goofy. Yeah, just a little bit of breaking up that silhouette. Then back to here for the final one. These ones are basically the wrong way. Maybe right here. Yeah, I like that. All right, just a little fluff in a few spots. Really pulls out the shape, form. Just need to adjust the color here, and then I think we're good. Good to move on to other things. Other parts of the character. All right, good stuff. So the hair is done. Texturing's pretty much done. Claws are done. I think everything on the main body is good to go. Oh no. Oh no. One major thing to do is that we do not have hand beans. There are no hand beans, so we need to make those. I think we'll just use these ones down here. And I will make them from scratch. So you. That's why. The beans. The beans. Add a subdivision. That'll be the low poly right here that I have. Then to unwrap it, let's do right, and then we'll just move it up there somewhere. All right, looks pretty good. I'm gonna do an Alt D to duplicate. These are all flipped backwards, which means that flip them like that. All right, let's get some good naming convention going. So this will be the bean and thumb. What a name. What a beautiful name. What's the index? And you know the drill. Middle. Okay. Take all those, drop them in the body. We're still missing one. And that is the main bean. The big bean. Which does look almost like it's part of the texture here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. Onsen beams can be small. They've been part of the texture since I didn't know how to really make them in 3D. Same shape on the palm, just slightly raised. Are these looking good then? Is this what you're... This is how I'm interpreting it from the ref image. My eye. Okay. Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to take this one. I like the rotation alignment's a little goofy. For claws and pads looks natural for the hand. Good. Oh, spinning around too much. My brain's getting confused. Okay. Now add a, not subdivision, a Shrinky-Rappy. Put it on here. Solidify. Another subdivision here. How's that looking? Maybe a little more good here. Actually, let's apply the first subdivision and the shrink wrap. And now we can kind of clean this up a little. Okay, one at a time. Like this edge. Actually, let me back up one more time. Should have duplicated the shrink wrap and then applied it. So I still have the shrink wrap. And then we can use our loop tools, our favorite. Relax those, make them nice and rounded. Okay, how's that looking? Can it follow the inner knuckle joints a bit more? For what, the this one? More flat. Oh, gotcha. I see what you mean. I guess I'm interpreting this. So, do you want it to be flat like this? Like, should this be the top, or is kind of like this the top? Okay. Let's see. More like this. Oops. Let's do that. Bring it in just low. How's that? Bit more rounded now. Or look great though. Start here, like smoothing it out like this. Something like that. Outside the palm, making that outward rounding instead of inward. Outside of the palm. Like this way? Sorry. Sorry to, I know it's a little tough to describe on just through chat only. Discord. Gotcha. No, I mean, hey, he gets the point across. Sorry. Dealing with a mod situation right now. My Discord, there's a bot. It didn't let me get rid of all his messages. Very annoying. Clean it up by hand. That should be it. Sorry. All right. Get that bot. Hello, Diggy. Welcome. Okay, so we've got the bean, hand, oh. Okay, so we'll leave that one there. Actually, for all of these now, I don't really need to move them. Make sure the scale is good. Then I'm going to Shift D duplicate and send these over to the low poly. All right, so here we'll apply that shrink wrap, apply the solidify, and the subdivision. Let me go back. What's it look like with that? One level of subdivision. Bam. And these ones we need to set to 0. This to 0. On all of these, we add a mirror mod. Copy to selected. And then boom. Right, looks good. It's fine. And then we'll also want to add a triangulate, keep normals, fixed alternate before subdivision. So copy modifiers. So, all right, that's all looking pretty good. Go back to the low or the high poly really quick. Turn up our subdivisions on these. Copy to selected. Boom, boom. All right, and on these ones, add one more mirror, set that to origin, and copy to select. Okay, so now they're on both sides. Beautiful. This one looks fucked up. They get a double mirror. They didn't. Just this one. Interesting. Just one of them didn't. Hello, Adam. We're doing well. We're doing well. Getting some beans made right now. When they learn that you may be getting kicked from your D&D group, what? That's a bummer. Something happened? What's going on? A very reasonable amount of subdivisions, so why is it still so high on subdivision count? You know what? Gotcha. Okay. That's just for this low poly one. That's fine. The game ready one we need to worry about. Here, we'll take these ones now, and we have one more modifier to add. Displace. First, transfer the group. Link, transfer mesh data, vertex groups, this place. Perfect. So now they all have this place. and Alt D duplicate, send it to the cage and the cage collection. We'll add the modifier. Okay, good. I accidentally broke OBS. Oh. These are still all linked together. That's not what I want. I need to go to poly, make single user. PSPC went dead this week. He lost all his files. I'm currently not in the game. I'm about to get resurrected since I sacrificed myself to save another player. I remember you saying that. I think he's going to be calling a meeting to all the players discussing how to run the game from now on. The game there are 3 other players, 2 of them heavily in combat. When a roleplay like me and the DM knows I hate combat, so if they end up voting that they tell him they don't want any more investigations or stealth, more combat heavy game, lower the roleplay, then he will let go. Well, dang, that's a little rough. But I suppose it's understandable if you're just looking for a different experience. There's certainly a lot of opportunities to play D&D out there, so hopefully you find what you're looking for if things change for you. Must have insert on. Yeah, well, but not many groups will let in a neutral evil character due to murder hobo stereotype. It's certainly not a drow worship problem. That's racism. Is going on with my mirrors here? There we go. One more time. Let me take these and delete them. Well, there are a lot of active campaigns out there. There's websites for like finding campaigns and stuff. Okay, we should be good now. Might delete the inside here. Inside faces. Yeah, I think I should. Just gonna take up too much space in my map. Where else can we stuff this? We really have an open space right there. That'd be perfect. I knew it. No, we didn't. That's the eyeball. That's okay. We can move some stuff around still. First, we move this. You're right there. Besides, regardless of the situation, I would have been getting back into the game earliest during February, since right now, need to work on 3D. 3D. Well, certainly, I mean, man, I love games. I love playing games, but it's amazing how it just really feels like all of my free time has basically evaporated these last few years. Brayden? Did I say Brayden? No, I said Adam. I think I said. Oh. Well, either way, I just really do not have as much free time anymore. Miss playing games. I really do. Feeling these are actually all the flaws. My free time is doing 3D? Exactly. The greatest game? The true game. My favorite saying, you know. Teach someone to play a game, they'll have fun for a day. Teach someone to make games and they'll never have fun again. I could always play Tetris with the UVs. My favorite. Can't help myself. Just enough room for everything else. Go. All right, now that is a packed map. Say so myself. I really could have filled this up with the claws. That's more space if I need it later. All right, so let's take the high poly gauge. And these ones will all go to frame 2. Export them collections. Let's just refresh here, make sure nothing explodes. Well, it is going to explode a little. Oh. The UV swap. I thought it was just on this object. Where is that? Body geonodes, yes. Body stripe decal. I thought I put it just on this one. We have it there, but on this one, I don't need it. That's not going to remove it from the other one, right? Ah, okay. I see the issue. So let's go to collection info here, and we just want to remove this, and then we'll go back to body low poly. Alt D and send this over to body stripe decal locale. Yeah, what a name. And then we can put that geonode back on. Maybe one of these, right? UV swap. Perfect. Turn that off. Go back down here. It's kind of strange though, because it was looking fine earlier. A little confused why that was happening. Try that again. Cursed beans! Go. Back to here, refresh that mesh. Refresh that mesh. Okay, things are still a little out of whack. Oh wow, out of whack. Gotta bake. Oh, cancel. Turn to painting mode. Back to here. Go to just the low poly in the cage. Make sure that we copy this material to everything. Export just these two collections. Here, refresh the mesh. Good. I'm gonna remove these. Save. And bake. shadow here and here. Didn't I just rebake? Ah. We were previously only baking the ID map, so we did rebake with just one singular map. Bada boom. Right. Just reviewing everything. Oh, that came out really well. Damn. Look at that. That's a little strange. Must just be a material assignment. Yeah, okay, got a little bit of the claw on it. And beans. This must be the claws. Oh, that's the nose. Nose. Beans. Sort of edge there. Spots there too. Everything should be in the same spot. Gorgeous. Looks like when we rebake, some of our assignments were slightly moved around. It must be because even though it's based off the position map, so that must get moved around just a little bit, I guess. But everything should be in the same position. A little confusing. I don't like how Substance Painter calculates position because it's relative. Wish it was not relative. It's the thumb here, right? Ah. Wait. Oh, okay. Gotcha. This should be right on top of each other. These are the same apps. Okay. And that should update the cage as well. I really, really, really wish geometry nodes exported vertex groups better. It'd be so good. Because then I could have a totally procedural workflow. Just not there yet. Just not. Sadness. Close though. Okay, that should work. Orange died. Rip orange. Hello, keyboard Kalani. Welcome back. How are you doing today? All right, that should fix up both sides of the hand. Yes, indeed. Beautiful. Everything's looking good now. Awesome. And we have the beans in too. Which are looking wonderful. We just need to actually assign them to the bean material. Go. Thanks. Doop, doop, doop. 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 Powerful. Having active directory issues and cataloging my work computer, so good or bad depending on how you look at it. Definitely a mixed bag there. All right, so now let's turn off page. And in the low poly, we're going to select our newly created beans. Alt D, duplicate them and send them to the game ready version of the body. Boom. And then in the game ready collection, we can select them. Select the collection, go to scripting, and we want to search low and replace it with nothing. That should clean up there. Perfect. So now the collection for the game ready body. Everything's looking super good now. Ooh, beans are a little too dark. Yeah, that is what I was noticing, that something is a little odd with them. Let's go to base color. We can see how this one's a little gray, and then these are just black. So I think the claws somehow got included in the claw collection. So we will just remove them from that. Unity. 3. Why is it still missing? Everything should have the right material. It does, so it is definitely something on this side. Roughness is fine. Ambient occlusion looks fine. So, unless it's the baked ambient occlusion. Aha! There we go. Why would that be? Because it must be sampling the inside of the high poly. If we go to face orientation, that looks pretty good. Don't seem flipped around there. How about the cage? There is space between them. Okay, that's something overlapping them. Down here. Looks like they're in the right spot. But the bake is blacked out. Look at the... That looks fine to me. A little bit of smudging there. That's a little confusing to look at because it is actually fine. Normals. Those are correct. Hello, Electra. Welcome. I scratched the surface of custom normals today. Do you make use of those? Not sure if it's worth the rabbit hole. I do. I do make use of them. So if we go here, I'm using a data transfer modifier to extract normals from my low poly to give normals to these little fur tufts. So you notice kind of when we look at them straight on, they blend in super smoothly. You can still see them from the side. So that's custom normals using the data transfer modifier. You see it, they're almost gone from this angle. And then you look at it from here. These are actually also sampling the texture too, so of the mesh. Even up here on the left here, and here, one needs a little tweak, but you can see how smoothly they blend. Ooh, yeah, those need some motion fiction. A little confused why this one's baking improperly. Maybe it's the mirror mod. That it's the mirror, actually. I bet the high poly versions are mirrored improperly. I bet that's what it is. Yep. I see, but nothing crazy with an extra mesh with different topology to copy the normals from or something. Not quite sure. It depends on what you mean by that, because like if we look a little closer at how I've set this up, so these little tufts here, you know, they don't have an unwrap at all, basically. They're just like some random object. And I'm using the data transfer to copy the vertex groups from it, the normal data, custom normals, and the UVs. So I basically procedurally can add these fur tufts to it. But you can do that with anything. Clothing, you know, any of those little pieces you can pull apart. Could be useful for clothing, hair, yeah, really quite a few different things. Anything that you kind of need to blend with an object. Never thought of data transfer in the UVs. It's good. It just occurred to me pretty recently. It's been super useful. And you can do the vertex groups too. You just have to make sure to click create data layers, and you can pretty much make the entire stuff's you know, they're just ready to go. Just stick them on there. Boom. Ooh. Had to rebake one more time. Did you bake that shadow in Blender? This here? Is this shadowing here? Yes, yes. This is all the ambient occlusion bake. Super useful. Very fantastic layer information. Ambient occlusion is like kind of the thing to make something look realistic, in my opinion. There's a lot more you can do, but it is definitely one of the more important aspects. A little bit of bleed here. Pretty much the only cleanup needed now. Needed? Okay, and that's probably from some bevel we're doing. I would assume the dark pattern bevel. Yep. It'll go in here. We'll just add a little paint. And we'll just clean it up. In fact, let's go to mask view so we can really see where it's popping out. Where it's pippin' popping out. Pippity popping out. I got a question. Hands R10. Heck yeah. I just finished rendering Skybox in Blender, and a few tiles of the sky are missing in a couple of frames. Any idea what might be causing it? So what I've noticed with Blender, and anytime I'm rendering like a large image sequence, is that odds are, like every time you render a frame, it is kind of a gamble that that frame actually doesn't break. So this is more of a kind of a cleanup step, but I would say just re-render that frame just by itself, just that one frame, just to see if it's breaking, or if you re-render it and then it's fine. I would just make sure that you're rendering out an image sequence and replace just that single frame. Just go through your frame range and find those broken ones and just replace it. If that's what's causing it. Do you connect ambient occlusion with a color ramp into color to bake, or do you use other nodes in a different way? So generally, one of the main ways I use ambient occlusion is in conjunction with my curvature. So this is the base color, and you can see that I have given it a very subtle shadowing. And I find, because a lot of times in Unity especially, the lighting between, and especially in VR chat, the lighting between worlds is super variable. So you lose a lot of the like subtle lighting if you go to a world with bad lighting. So I just bake that in, and you get these nice little soft shadows here. And that's from this layer here, Curve AO. And I use a curvature generator, which uses the curvature map. And then I blur that. And then I add a ambient occlusion, so you can see me turning that on and off. And that's kind of another little pass. I don't use it at full, but it just gives it a little soft pop. Again, you're just giving clues to the eyes on how that should be working. Go to a world with bad lighting. You mean almost all of them? Exactly. Exactly. Odds are you're going to be in a world with bad lighting. It's pretty unfortunate because like you can just find a really cheap HDRI image and just slap it into Unity. There's whole free packs of them on the Unity asset store. I think people are just, or world creators just kind of neglect it a little bit. All right, looking super good. Okay, so we're going to clean up the tufts on the ears, and that should be the last piece of 3D modeling and painting work for the body. Here, I really messed up the I feel like a lot of non-artists, me included, have no feeling for good or bad lighting. I think the rule of thumb is just generally you should have some sort of HDRI lighting. Like Generally, your bad lighting is just because you're just using the default skybox, and you just want to use some sort of. You just want to swap to a photo skybox instead of this very uniform environment. You just need something with variation. It's really the variation that's the most important part. If the lighting is exactly the same from all directions, that feels really unnatural to us, or to most eyes. Generally, that feels unnatural. Is that a better way to put it? Sorry to yawn. Okay. So we're going to. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're just gonna cheat, I think. Let's look at the UVs. And we'll just add the body texture. Oh, it's in the nose? Funny. Alright, because I applied it and then I made edits to it. That makes sense. So that should be good. This really shadow there. I can't see to view. Here then. There we go. Much nicer. Okay. I think we're basically ready to go. Let's go ahead and save our our Blender project because done a lot of work and we don't want to lose any. So all this body. Yeah. There might be some more tweaking we do, but generally it's done. All right. So it's 1140. I use Poi and sometimes Little Toon Shader to force the look of my models, since most worlds are kind of meh with lighting and shadow. I think that is a pretty common method for people that are experienced with avatars. Is like you can just inject custom lighting into your shader and turn that on and off. But, if you're looking for perfect. But ideally, that's not needed. But that's not one little tweak. That's the ideal situation, of course, that I'm describing. But the problem is, again, just the sheer variety of worlds in VR chat just guarantees that your character is probably going to look very different in every world. Perfection. Okay. Good stuff. So, save that there. And now what we'll do, we have our game ready version here. We're going to inject the rig. We have the rig right here. And we're just going to include that in the collection. Right. I suppose I'd rather do all the rigging stuff first. Or even touching the clothing. Okay, we got 20 minutes. I'm gonna get the rig started, but then we're gonna go to lunch in about 20 minutes. For anyone new here, I just take lunch for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and so I'll be back after that. Usually 2 hours. I should just say 2 hours. There's really never a time it hasn't been shorter than that. Okay. Here's the hard part. Just going in, lining everything up. The hand is always what takes the longest, because I like to move all the points to the right spots. Damn it. Boom. Boom. What I'm thinking is that do I do that now? I think in the future I'm going to make a script to do this for me, because this does take a while. I think I can make little vertex group selections for where kind of that average position of each bone, and then just move it by the name of each bone. No, I messed this one up. This part's kind of boring. I'm getting quicker at it, but it does take a bit of time. All right, look at that. Beautiful. And we'll take all these points here. Just gonna give them a little rotation. See if we can fit them into the hand. Do you actually use the palm bones for anything? When they are exported to, you could, um, specifically for hand splay. So yeah, so when you can you compress your hand, you can splay it out, and then you can do. It's a little hard to put on camera, but you can kind of put your pinky down. This knuckle goes down. So you could use them, but Unity doesn't make any inherent use of them. You would have to make custom animations. Exactly. Yeah. All right, let's get these normals lined up. For bone orientation. Gotta do. This one always takes a little bit of time, but we just kind of roll them. Gonna do active bone. Two. Good work. Good element, perhaps. It's the x-axis right here. X. Normal. That's right. Always gets me. Boom. 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 Straighten out the bone finger. Finger bone. Roll this up. I'm just making sure they're actually lined up here. Hello, Lady Lizzie. Welcome. And for this one, I may not adjust that. Just those two. Okay. Not always necessary to do that, but I think it helps. The fingers bend. Getting that rotation lined up. Alright, we got another 10 minutes before I head out for lunch. So we'll count down. I do hope everyone's having a good Monday so far. Now the trick looks really cool, like the bones. Well, good. If you want to see the avatar here, this is who we're working on right now. Got all the texturing done for the most part. And he's looking super sharp. Well, thank you. For the bones here, the trick for the pelvis is to have the base of the root should be above the hip, a little bit behind it. Get a little triangle. Have you learned Blender? It looks amazing. Thanks so much. Blender is an awesome program. Definitely a time investment, but I mean, I love it. I love it. Probably right about there. Here's the little snoot bones. Lip roll. Other lip roll. Cheek inflate. That always goes into the cheek. I never really use this bone, but I might as well just disable it. Cheek, 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 cheek. Oh, please don't explode. Okay, good. Yeah, start sweating there a little bit. Ear bones go up there. Cute. And we'll turn up the count to... yeah, 3 should be good. Nose wiggles for epic face tracking. Heck yeah. Let's hide the hair. These are the teeth. Teeth bones. This is the lip top, lip bottom. This is the corner of the mouth. Go right there. There. Like Auto Rig needs a furry character mod, placing the snoot and lip bones properly. Like an auto placer. That would be nice. I would certainly use that all the time. I have been thinking of another kind of system where you could like make vertex groups for bone placement. You know, move bones to like a vertex group. That could be kind of the same thing. All right, that should be pretty close. Oh, we need to do the eye. We'll finish this, placing everything, and then I'll go very close to done. Doing that. Fuck. Okay. Not gonna do rotation. This is the corner. This is good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the other corner. There. And it's just as even as we can make it. Two. And 3. Right about there. Okay. Now for these points, we want them to line up with cursor. We want to recalculate the normal based off the Z. Should be something pretty close to this. Just watched your auto rig video and it helped a lot. I'm only a couple steps away from getting my avatar into the game. And I'm happy to hear that, Tom. It's definitely a long journey, but it's worth it. We were probably at a kind of similar point right now then. Ugh. I'm just kind of doing the last little touch up on this avatar. Or this avatar. I mean, there's a lot more work to do, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Nice part is he's pretty much already rigged. I used a base model of mine. Wish. Perfect. Nom, 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 nom. A little more tweaking to do, but overall looking pretty good. Okay. All right, y'all. It is noon. Obligatory, curl him into a shrimp. I usually do the hip dancey. Okay, here it is. This one. Not noon for me. Oh, that's because of that. Moving around the cursor. $7 p.m. That's late. All right, y'all. But it is noon my time. I am going to go on lunch. So I'll be back in about 2 hours. I'm going to go run, get some food in my tummy, and I'll be back very soon. And when we get back, we will be switching avatars we're working on. We have a few others we need to start. Some work we need to put into some other projects. Have a good food time. I will, Lady Lizzie. Thank you. And Arctic, Neku, Lady Lizzie, Keyboard Kalani, Tom. There's a lot of people coming by today. Did I say Neku already? Hopefully I'm shouting out everyone. I'll probably miss a few people, but thank you all for coming by. Lux, No Name, Adam, Ori, Yoshi, Electro. Hope you're all having an amazing start to week. Coney, definitely tune in throughout the week. I'll be here because I know I don't stop working. But I'll see you soon. Again, in just about 2 hours, I'll be back. See you then. Bye, everyone.